Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday, November 17th. My name is JoAnn. I am the marketing manager here with Legendary Marketer, and I'm so excited to guest host today while Dave is out for the week. And speaking of our CEO, just for the next, go in the comments, go spam the group. It is Mr. David Sharpe's birthday today. So definitely go wish Dave a happy birthday. I hope he's enjoying it with his family, his loved ones, and all of that good stuff. And then he will be back with us next week since he's out for his birthday week this week. Anyways, without further ado, I am so excited to bring you our next guest today. I believe he's in the UK coming to us, but we can confirm that. So everyone join me and welcome James to the show. How's it going?
No, I am in the UK. That is true.
Awesome. I love
Sunny,
it.
sunny UK.
Oh, it's sunny there. I am sitting in 15 degrees right now. So it's nice and
Nice. I think we're about 3 degrees and it's raining, so it's pretty much as you expect the UK to be, really.
Okay. Yep. As stereotypical as it gets.
Yeah, sadly.
Right. Awesome. All right. So share with all of us. Let's go back to the beginning. I know you've been in the online space for quite some time. How did you first even jump in? I believe it was dropshipping is where you started. But let's start us how you even jumped into and started getting into that.
So it's probably about 10 years back now. I got into kind of e-commerce. So managed to do that before I even got into kind of into dropshipping, kind of got into wholesale things when I was at university. It's kind of what you guys would probably call college. So kind of 19, 20, 21 age. Wanted a way of kind of funding, obviously, the university lifestyle a little bit. So I got into kind of buying bulk packages wholesale from China, shipping them into kind of my university house at the time, which wasn't very big. Boxes everywhere. Got into doing that quite a lot, but it's quite a small margin, quite a stressful kind of thing, waiting for these things kind of coming from China.
And you're walking around boxes all day long, right? It's
your
house turned into a warehouse?
Full of it. Yeah, my housemates were never happy. Boxes everywhere. So I did it for quite a while. I did it for a good few kind of years of doing it. So it's about 2-3 years of doing it. Got to the point where I didn't have the room for it. I started buying up other people's stores on eBay. So I used to wait for other people who were doing something similar, maybe not being as profitable or as good. I'd buy up their stuff from eBay when they were selling it for cheap, which was, again, strange. I just had all these parcels appearing all the time. I moved back to my parents after obviously university, and I had no room at all. So I had to find a different way of still doing what I wanted to do, but not buying all of these kind of packages and things from eBay. And about that time, kind of drop shipping just started becoming this thing. It was like it only just started kind of really appearing. No one had really spoken about it at the time. And I was really into kind of doing phone cases and like phone accessories. So that was the big kind of market at the time. But obviously that moves quickly. Every 6 months, every year, there's a new phone. People kind of slowly get rid of their old stuff. So you're always constantly buying in stock, which can quite quickly go out of kind of fashion like within months, sometimes weeks. I'd buy stuff, it'd be weeks. And dropshipping kind of just went, hang on a minute, you can sell the latest stuff. You don't need to hold it. And we'll do all the kind of the headache for you. But at the time, it wasn't very good. Shopify hadn't really bought their things in. There was nothing that really did it. So it was all done by spreadsheets and me emailing people every night going, hi, I've got these 100 orders or 50 orders. Here are all the addresses. Here's the money. It was a headache.
A lot of work. A lot of room for error too, I would assume.
Yeah, so you you had a lot of issues, especially with, again, phone cases can be differing of quality. Some of them can be
Right.
brilliant. Some of the print quality can be shocking. Again, if you think back 8 years, some of it is just atrocious. You look at it and just starts flaking off, and you're, oh no, I'm going to get a refund. I can feel it.
Right.
So yeah, I did that for, I think I did drop shipping for about 3 years, I think,
Wow.
possibly a bit longer actually.
That's
Um,
solid.
kind of
Solid
in
chunk of time.
differing kind of abilities, some of it kind of bigger than others.
Mhm.
I ran, again, Shopify kind of started getting into it, so I started running Shopify stores.
Mhm.
And then there's another business as well that started doing it, so I just started kind of picking up
Okay.
their things and just started running them and building these different stores in a way. But yeah, it came with a lot of headaches, which is
Right.
obviously
And all
kind
the
of how I
dealing
transitioned.
with refunds and customer support. Like, you're the customer
Yeah.
support agent, you're everything.
You're everything. Yeah, the biggest myth with is dropshipping, that it's just hands off,
Right.
easiest thing to buy. You don't have to do anything. You just wait for someone to give you some money. You go buy the other thing. You pocket the difference. Happy days. You can go dance in your garden, or you can go and sit in a hammock somewhere. But it's not. It's the reality of it isn't that easy.
Right.
Again, a lot of the time, really low quality products. At times, if you get really bad suppliers, customer support, you're constantly talking to customers going, I'm really sorry, I'll send you another one out. Oh, it's not here yet. It takes 4 weeks to get here. We told you it takes you 4 weeks, but you think it's Amazon, so it's going to arrive tomorrow.
Right.
It was a headache. It was fun, but it was a headache.
Right. And then they want a refund before they even got it because it's shipping
They
too
want a refund.
long.
They want the product. They want you to send another one. They want you to send their family and friends one each. All of their Christmas cards. They want everything. All kinds of crazy things. And the thing is, you'd be out of pocket as well. So
Right.
you'd be buying, like, when I got into kind of the bigger items, which were more expensive, kind of like you're spending 150 kind of pounds, so $200 on some of these things, 250.
Mhm.
If it takes 2-3 weeks, some of them people would refund it or request the refund, which then gets taken out of your account or put on hold, waiting for that item to arrive. Usually, most of the time, most of the payment processors would still pay you if you could prove it arrived. But sometimes you'd have big blocks of money sitting there that you needed to fulfill the next orders
Right.
that couldn't be taken or couldn't be used. So yeah, you're sitting there with potentially thousands of dollars worth of kind of money that you can't touch, that you really need to touch, and you can't grow your site. Which is the other kind of big myth, is that everyone's kind of saying it doesn't take any money, it's completely free, you're using the other person's money to fund. It's not really
Right.
the case.
But you don't get
Uh,
that money right away. It takes a
it
while for.
takes 30 days for it to be
Yep.
processed, be sent to
Mhm.
you. It can take up to, I think my worst one was nearly 6 months,
Yeah.
waiting for money. Again, people can they can claw it back off you quickly, put it into this kind of on hold status for months and months and months. As it got bigger, as I was doing more, the headaches were getting bigger and bigger.
Yep.
The amount of money on hold was getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, it was turning into a bit of a nightmare. I kind of got to that point where I had to make the decision of, did I want to go all in with it, or
Right.
did I want to kind of just, I've had my fun. I
Right.
like kind of doing these kind of things. I've had my fun with this. I've learned a lot,
Mhm.
um, and I can just walk away from it, and I can try something new along that kind of way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I took that path to go down the route of, I want to try something new. I want to go do something that's I've not done before, or I've not fully done before, um, and would be fun. And that's kind of where kind of the affiliate, kind of the internet marketing side of things came into it. Because the drop shipping, I was also using affiliate marketing on the back end of it to actually
Mhm.
get some of the costs back from the items you were buying. You could
Right.
use affiliate programs to kind of claw some of that back in. Um, Strange world over there, but it was legal at the time. These days, it's a little bit
Right.
potential. You're not sure if you
We
can
need
use
to
your
be
links to do it,
compliant
but
for sure. We always
yeah,
need to be
these
compliant.
days it's very much so. These days it's changed a lot with kind of what links you could use and things like that.
Mhm.
But back again when it kind of first started, you'd get cash back for doing it, usually kind of 5 or 10% for it. Um,
Right.
so yeah, I kind of just naturally moved into kind of the internet marketing side of things instead, and haven't looked back since. Really, it's nearly 6 years, I think now, 5 6 years.
Wow. Okay, so we went through a lot with drop shipping. You learned a lot with
Yeah,
drop shipping.
yeah,
Also,
yep.
what's the one thing, the two things that you were so happy to get rid of when you walked away?
The money on hold was the big
Yeah,
one for me.
nightmare.
Yeah, it's stressful just sitting there looking at the amount that you could potentially not touch, and it's your money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You've earned it, and to be honest, customers as well.
Mm-hmm.
I love customers. I talk to hundreds of people a day these days, but they were always come on the back foot. They were always going to be slightly annoyed kind of
Mm-hmm.
customers. They're not your happy. They're not like your usual community, kind of like you've got here, where they're kind of happy people
Great.
who've come to join you. They are people who are annoyed. They're the only people who ever email you. The people who are annoyed
There
at you for
are
some reason.
different types of customers for
Yep.
sure.
So you always ended up with, you always knew that if you were, so I obviously had a full-time job, kind of still do. So I was doing it kind of through a full-time job. So every evening I'd go sort out all these orders. I'd sort out the emails, and every time I opened my emails, I would just have a list of email, a whole page of them that I knew were going to be, where's my item? Can I have a refund? Why have you not got this? Where's this? And I knew it was going to be an angry bunch of emails that I would have to go through. And it just makes you a bit sad, really. It
You have
makes
to
you a
like
bit,
mentally prepare for that. I feel
yeah. You've got to hype yourself up and go, right.
right.
I'm ready to read these. And on occasion, you would get a nice email that said,
Yeah.
"Thanks, these are the best things I've ever had," or "I've never been able to find this item. You've managed to get it for me." So you would get a nice one, but 90% of the time, they're kind of, those people are, it's e-commerce. They're emailing you because they have an issue. And yeah, that those two were killers. They really drain you both mentally and kind of emotionally from it, because you're constantly feeling down, you're feeling upset, you're feeling kind of low, really, and you just want to be able to go, right, I want my money back, and I want to talk to people who I actually want to talk to. I want to talk to friendly, fun kind of people, not angry people who just want to shout at me or say horrible things to me through email. So
And that's really the biggest difference with
yeah,
affiliate marketing. Usually the people you're talking to, you're solving a problem for them. So they're looking for your advice, they're looking to trust you, they're looking for your knowledge, your expertise. Whereas in drop shipping, it's, I bought a phone case from you, I didn't get it yesterday, you failed me. What are you going to do for me? Right? It's a totally
the affiliate marketing side is
environment.
you're talking. Yeah, it's a complete different kind of your interaction with essentially your customers. You're still, in a way, a customer to kind of affiliates and things. Though those people, they're looking for advice. So obviously, I do quite a lot of blogging and things. So a lot of those people who kind of emailed me these days have read something I've written, or they've seen something in like a Facebook group, or they've seen something on Quora or Medium or somewhere that I've thrown something I've written somewhere, and they've gone, I want to find out more information. Who can I go to? Oh, the person who wrote it. Right. I'm going to give them a little email, and I get emails that go, I've read this. Can you give me more? And they're in that happy, about to buy or about to go find out more information about something. They're in a happy environment, so they're a much cheerier person to talk to.
And nobody mentions that on all these drop shipping ads. Like, hey, come drop. It's so easy.
It's the easiest thing known to man. Someone throws you some money, and you just happen to magically get a unicorn in their front room for them. Yeah, it has its good parts, but a lot of the bad parts people just don't. They like to kind of skim over it, because the dropshipping side of it is always sold as this kind of amazing thing that doesn't cost you anything, but in reality, it can do. There is a cost involved. It's just that people don't like to talk about it, and that's kind of why I got into the kind of the affiliate side of it and the talking about it, because I wanted to kind of show the kind of the flip side to it and go, actually, it's not all kind of rainbows and unicorns. There are downsides to it, and I wanted to kind of provide that balance, and that's kind of how I got into the whole kind of, I say, blogging and kind of all that kind of thing, was to try and
Right.
bring a bit of trust and a bit of balance and a bit of honesty to kind of this whole kind of like online world kind of thing. Just kind of give that, say that both sides to that argument. And I found out that I loved it, and haven't looked back since.
So are you mostly blogging now? Is that how you promote, how you share value that way?
Yeah, so I kind of call myself a kind of content creator these days.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either I try and either do long form content, so it's kind
Okay.
of like articles on my own sites,
Uh-huh.
or I do kind of short form. So kind of Facebook, obviously has blown up in the last probably about 2 years. So it allows you to write quite nice short form content and reach a lot of people. Sites like Quora and Medium, again, huge sites that allow you to write short or long form content, and again can be kind of read and seen by thousands or millions of people in some kind of cases. So yeah, that's how I got into it. I've always, when I first started, I'm fairly introverted. I don't do well kind of talking to people, or I never used to. So something like
Right.
this is crazy, or I'd never have thought of doing this kind of years ago. And writing and blogging was my way of being able to still market things or talk about things, but not, people would never know it was me. So it's
Right.
kind of like my way of hiding in a way. So I kind of fast forward a few years, then Facebook kind of blew up, and I kind of went, actually, I've got a lot of content I could probably do short form. So I kind of introduced that as well. So I've kind of slowly added that into the mix, because it's a great way of kind of increasing that kind of number of views and people and things. But yeah, majority of it is blogging across a few different sites. I've got a few these
Okay.
days. Again, all kind of targeting different kind of markets, people, products, all kinds of things, really.
Okay. So tell me, I want everyone to understand this. Your main content is not video, correct?
Nope. So I've only just started getting into kind of YouTube things. But again, that's more of a way just to complement the articles I've already got. It's just another way for me to kind of not regurgitate, but kind of reuse some of that articles to add more of a physical or kind of viewable element to it. But no, 99.9% of my stuff is written content,
Right. Okay.
which will
So
probably blow everyone's
for
mind.
everyone listening, yes, short form video is huge right now. It absolutely
Yeah.
is huge. But there are a variety of ways to market. There is a variety of ways to reach your ideal customer. And James, right here, is a career online marketer, has been in it for years, and is doing this through blogging, through words, through short form like posts, and valuable bombs of information. And that's what's working for him. So, and that it comes from what I love what you said. It's what you enjoy most, what you enjoy doing the most.
Yeah.
And that's huge, because when you enjoy doing it, you do more of it. And this is all about consistency and frequency.
Yep.
That's the game here. It doesn't matter which platform you're on, it's consistency and frequency all day long.
Yep.
And you can't go, oh, I hated that video I posted 2 weeks ago, and then not do anything. I think maybe I'll do it again in another week or two. And then 3 months down the line, you're going, I don't know why it's not working. Or I
Yep.
posted 20 videos, but you made 20 videos in 2 days, posted them in 2 days, and then did nothing for 4 weeks. So it really requires that consistency. And then,
Discipline.
yep, keep showing up, put the blinders on.
Yep.
So you're not, with blogging, you're not getting an immediate, like, I post this and I'm going to have link clicks.
No,
There's clicks
it's
out.
a long. It's a
long
long
game,
term. Yeah,
6
yeah.
months,
You're
8
playing a
months,
long game with this.
right? But it's
Yeah.
already out there. Yeah,
So you can. There are ways to get articles and things appearing quicker. Again, if you're using something like Medium or Quora, whereby it's already an established platform, you will see views. The traffic isn't amazing, but you'll see views and things relatively quickly. You'll see kind of 100 views or 200 views in maybe a couple of kind of hours. So Quora recently kind of just hit, I think, about 500,000 views across
right.
all of my content, but
Wow.
it's taken 3 years of consistently,
Okay.
admittedly not as consistent as I probably should be, but consistent kind of
Right.
answering those questions to hit that kind of 500,000. And
Mhm.
but it's like a snowball effect. The more content you've got out there, the more chance you're going to have someone kind of essentially stumble upon it and go, there's some content here. Oh, I found it. And then they kind of end up going down a rabbit hole. If you have a look at kind of the analytics on websites and things, you'll see that people end up kind of, they'll read one thing and then they'll go, oh, actually, I like this. I like this, whatever it
Right.
is. An article about a bike. I like this article. It's telling me everything I want to know. Oh, but I actually really want to know about that bike as well. Oh, I want something for Christmas. I want to go look at that. And they'll end up kind of reading 2, 3, 4 posts. And they may end up clicking through and buying something. They may not. They may end up going off. But what they've done
Right.
is you've planted that kind of like seed in their head and they've gone, oh, I've now found a website whereby I can go back to and read up about the next thing I want to like read up about. Oh, I didn't buy any of the 4 bikes that you spoke about this time. I'm now re-looking. Oh, I know this website. Type it in. Oh, yeah, they've got an article about that. They've got how-to guides on how to like set it all up and things like that, and they'll read it and then they'll come back. So yeah, it is a long game. A lot of the stuff you're doing
Right.
is to be there, but it's your own platform a lot of the time. So if it's your own blog, you don't have as much kind of, there's nothing else kind of really influencing it other than Google, but we'll ignore that for a second.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you can kind of determine that destiny with it or how long it stays up for, and as
Mhm.
long as you're consistent, which is the main thing with a lot of this stuff,
Mhm.
TikTok, YouTube, blogging, whatever it is, if you're consistent and you're constantly putting out content on a reasonable basis and not like, as you say, like 50 a day or something, if you're just putting out
Right.
a couple
Right.
of videos, a couple of small posts, but you're doing it every day and you're consistent for your kind of your 3 months or your 6 months or your 12 months,
Mhm.
that's when you start getting that kind of snowball effect where one video will kind of take off or one article will take off and then they all start taking off, and it kind of just snowballs into this kind of bigger effect. And yeah, like online marketing is like anything, it is a long-term game. You want to be in here for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You don't want to be here for 2 weeks and give up, or a
Right.
month and kind of give up. You want to,
I
it
think
takes
some
time.
coming into the challenge are like, all right, I'm going to make some TikToks for 2 weeks
Yeah.
and I'm going to be like money falling from the sky. It's going to be amazing. And then I'm going to peace out in 3 months.
Yeah,
And,
it's,
but
I
we're
say Dave
building
at
a
the end of it kind of
new,
gives you that
yeah,
confidence. He
right.
kind of goes, right, we've given you all of this advice, all these tools, all these kind of methodologies and things. Right, the main thing he says at the end is, right, be consistent. You
Mhm.
want to keep going at this for, yeah, 3 months, 6 months, etc. You just keep going. Don't just give up in I say 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It
Right.
needs you to keep going. And I think that's a lot of people. I think some people just kind of gloss over that fact or forget that fact, and
Mhm.
they get a little bit caught up in the moment. They're like, oh, it's gonna be there in a week or 2 weeks and things. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, just keep going. You'll get there. The algorithm will pick up, or something will grab that bit of. You'll make a really good video that just really resonates with someone, or you'll write a cracking article that someone just sits there and goes, "This is amazing." They'll share it with all their friends. They'll write to their local newspaper and go, "Look, there's this amazing article. Go read it." They'll do something like that, and it will pick up. And
Right.
you kind of, in a way, just have to wait for that moment. But that's part of the fun. That's part of the journey.
Yeah. Definitely. I agree. And there, a lot of this is the long game. Blogs, definitely the long game.
Yeah,
But YouTube, long game.
yeah,
And that does show up on Google as well.
yep,
And we have affiliates that may have long form videos on YouTube on their channel that they posted 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and 8 months ago suddenly was getting a ton of views and they took off.
Yep.
And it was
Yep.
content that they created and posted a year prior, and that's when it took off. Could you imagine if they had shut down their channel and given up after 5 months? You know,
Yep.
you
I
just
had an
it
article
keeps
about
coming back. Yeah.
a week ago that I'd written about 4 years ago. It was one of the big first articles that I'd written at the time. Um, Never really got much traction with it. I kind of forgot about it. I'd moved on from it. I'd written a lot of other things around it, and yeah, Google has suddenly just picked it up and gone. Actually, these days that article works exactly for this particular keyword search, and it's now just slowly bringing in kind of commissions from it. It's kind of people are coming in, reading it, and it's 4.5 years old now. I've
Okay.
not touched it. I wrote it 4.5 years ago. I forgot about it, if I'm honest. It's
Right.
now picked up, and I got a random email that says, "Oh, you've earned a commission, or you've got a new referral," and I've kind of gone, "Oh, hang on a minute." I've gone back to look at it and gone, "I wrote this ages ago. I've forgotten about this," and it gives you that. You kind of end up like a bit like a child again. You get that little bit of kind of butterfly excitement again because, as you say, it gets picked up again, and
Mhm.
it revalidates what you're doing. It makes you feel
Right.
amazing, kind of alive again. So
Right. And that's what's beautiful about long form video on YouTube, blogging. They don't age
no,
necessarily. They will come back. They do pop up in searches longer. Short form videos, it's kind of what's hot right now.
flash in the pan
Not
kind of
doesn't
thing.
It hasn't proven necessarily to have the shelf life. I know TikTok is working on that, so that'll
Mm,
be interesting to see what happens with that.
yeah.
Um, but it's
Shorts are doing it as well. So YouTube Shorts,
Mhm.
in a fairly recent one, which I hadn't realised it was doing until I was doing kind of some research for my own stuff. Shorts now appear in Google searches. So before it used to be, yeah, you'd get like a YouTube video would appear, but you now get Shorts appearing, and it's
Right, right,
again this amazing thing. If you're typing in, I don't know, how to ride a bike, there is now a short that will appear that gives you a was it 13-50 second kind of thing on how to ride a bike, and it's like, oh,
right,
cool. I've now got this short form video that's appearing. So yeah,
right.
it's constantly changing, which
Yeah, and
again
you
is the
just don't
fun.
know when the algorithm's gonna grab it. Just like
Yeah,
I just shared, like, you could have made a short form video a couple weeks ago, and all of a sudden, it's taking off and
yeah,
goes
just
viral.
goes. Yeah,
You just have to keep going. It's really the key here, for
yeah,
sure.
just
So
keep
what
swinging.
niches are you in, have you been in with blogging and all of that?
Quite a few. So kind of, I'll give you high level ones. So obviously, make money. So I have kind of two styles. So one's called kind of niche marketing, whereby you find kind of sub niches. So again, the one I always use as an example is something like golf. So you try and niche down smaller. So you try and rather than it kind of being about golf, which is quite a big,
Right?
huge kind of thing, you kind of niche down and kind of I don't know golf for children or I don't know golf for left-handed people. You kind of
Right.
go really niche with it because that's how
Mhm.
you find kind of the little hidden gems. So things like fitness and stuff, I've written about quite a lot. I'm quite into kind of that kind of side of things as well. I've written about the most mundane thing ever, so kitchen stuff. I've written about. I've had blogs
Okay.
about in the past that I've kind of passed on because I've fallen out of love with it. I got bored writing about it, so I've kind of
Mm,
sold them and moved on for someone else to enjoy.
okay.
Make money space. Again, I started talking about dropshipping when I began.
Mhm.
So my main one, which is kind of my little baby in a way, is the make money one, which kind of e-com, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, network marketing. It's basically all that kind of that marketing goodness. And there's what else have I got? Again, kind of fitness things. So I have other ones that I don't monetize. I just use them to, in a way, kind of play around with and practice and just enjoy writing about. But I use them as kind of like my playground in a way. So things like health and supplements and things.
Okay.
It's a crazy market around there for it. It's
Yeah,
quite competitive, but
very
it's really good fun to talk about. But Yeah, I don't monetize those ones. I just use them as a way of kind of escaping the other writing, if that makes sense. I can find it a bit more.
Okay.
I find it a bit more enjoyable just to find random topics and just
Right.
write about them.
So
So
it's
yeah,
kind of like, it's your journal, it's your
yeah.
self-care in a
So
way. Yeah.
yeah, so those ones I use very much for kind of yeah, my kind of escape. I use some of those blogs to just find topics I really enjoy and I just want to hone my skills kind of thing. I
Right.
just want to get better at writing, or I just want to get better at kind of the overall tone, or even like the layouts and things. I want to play around with them without worrying about it bringing me money in. Because if you worry about that, you end up kind of just stressing about that. So I have
Right.
ones where I care about the income, and I have others that I just care about I'm writing good content, that content is appearing, it may or may not make money, maybe.
Hmm.
But so yeah, I've got kind of like two sides to what I
Okay.
do, which is a
Yeah.
really high level answer to that.
I love it. I think it's great for our audience to hear. That there's just the sky's the limit, guys. There's so many different options and routes you can go. James definitely goes off of, I saw Jim on the screen with your Facebook. James definitely follows what excites him,
Mm,
right? And that's a good way to go. But you don't have to monetize everything that excites you, which he also showed us today,
yeah,
where sometimes, James just likes to write and that's something he enjoys. And
yeah,
sometimes you can just make videos that you enjoy. And it could help your audience connect with you. You're human. Oh, look, they're having fun. I want to
yeah,
see what else they do. And then they just build that relationship. I think we forget about those pieces. We sometimes need to put things out that we enjoy doing, we know a
yeah,
lot about, and see where it takes us, just go down the path.
yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps build up that. I say so. The supplement side of things is very much, I say, it's a passion project.
Hmm.
People, I write it so that people can find good information about supplements without kind of feeling that it's just trying to be biased towards them. A lot of in the past, a lot of the stuff was quite biased in their opinions. It was just the fact.
Right.
So I just wanted to write something that was just unbiased. It was completely. There was no kind of money motives behind it or anything like that. I just wanted
Right.
to be again
Was
that
it
kind of hundred
stacked
percent
with
honest.
affiliate links for all the
Yeah,
different
it
supplements,
wasn't.
right?
Yeah, it wasn't. There
Okay.
wasn't like 50 different affiliate links or adverts everywhere. It was just a clean kind of way of doing it. And I kind of took what I started with my other blog, again, kind of talking people the honest side of kind of drop shipping and things. I just took that same approach. I just wanted to be 100% upfront, 100% honest, and just give people that information. And people, if they do a bit of sleuthing, they'll kind of find one blog that you own and they'll slowly kind of make your way to other sites. They'll find you on Facebook, they'll find you on Twitter, they'll find you on
Right.
Instagram, they'll find you in other places, and they will. It's not often, but you'll find some people who kind of spend a little bit more time and go, "I've found this blog of yours. I loved it. I've also now just found this other one. This is amazing. It's a completely different thing, but I've built that little bit of trust with you."
Right.
And yeah, you're right. Like YouTube's the same, or TikTok, or things like that, where you're just not every post or every single bit of content you have to put out there has to be kind of a kind of a sales focus. It can
Right.
be fun.
Mhm.
It can be about your life. It can be, I don't know, something you found interesting recently, or a fun fact that you kind of found. I say the YouTube side of things that I'm trying to build is trying to focus more on the kind of the fun sides of, admittedly, affiliate marketing, but the fun bits and pieces like this kind of thing is the fun bit. You get to talk to hundreds, potentially thousands of other people.
Mhm.
You learn so much from all these kind of different kind of interviews and podcasts and video things, and just talking to people on kind of Facebook. It's great fun, and that's
Mhm.
what I want to try and kind of build and do. Plus, it makes your page less kind of monotonous. You're sitting there kind of you're
Mhm.
throwing in real life things. As you say, it builds up that relationship and
Right.
makes people like you a little bit more, because you're not just like, look at this, buy this. You're like, oh yeah, today I fell off my bike. I don't know why. I just couldn't seem to. It was raining too much, and you just added like a little bit of humor, and someone's just gone, oh yeah, this actually is a real person and not just a a robot trying to throw things out there to try and kind of hook
Right.
you in. You're kind of proving it. I think some like the bigger TikTok people, that's what they do. A lot of their videos are just fun.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few kind of salesy videos in there. There's a few things that I know talk about some of their successes and things, but some of it's just fun. You just kind of go, they are real. They are an actual human being. I can kind of get to them.
You need to, as Dave says, delight your audience.
Yeah.
I know I'm not delighted just watching TikToks over and over that are just buy this, grab that, you
Yeah.
need this. Like, delight me a little bit. Show me why I need this.
Yeah.
Relate to me as a person where I'm at, as a mom, as a
Yeah.
mom of teenagers, of,
Why is it going to help? Yeah.
yeah, what will change? Or, oh my gosh, this person totally gets it and where I'm at right now. I'm going to watch more of their content. And
Yeah.
that's how it just, you got to build the relationship first. And
And a
that's
lot
really,
of the
really key.
a lot of the blog stuff that people used to kind of write about, kind of a lot of the reviews and things work really well on places like kind of short form content and long form content, because you can actually show you using items or show you kind of, I don't know, fixing a car, or again fixing a bike or playing golf. You can show people you actually using it and talking about it, and you might have an affiliate link somewhere
Mhm.
that goes to, I don't know, say Amazon or Walmart or something like that.
Yeah.
But you've kind of passively done it. You've actually just spoken about a product and just said, I really like it. It's got these cool features. It's not like this. But then you also then throw in something that says, oh, actually, the handle on it's a bit loose. They might want to do that. And you can send that kind of feedback back to kind of the people who make them as well, the manufacturers, and go, look, I made this viral TikTok that's about your golf club. It's got, I don't know, 100,000 views. There's an issue with it. The handle's rubbish.
Hmm.
Would you like to? And you'll be surprised or amazed that kind of emails you get back going, we never knew this. No one's ever told us. No one's ever, they've written about it, but we don't
Right.
actively go out and read things.
Right.
That's a lot of effort, isn't it? He says as he just blogs. And yeah, they'll go, actually, thanks. Like, we'll now do something. And some of those things can then get picked up and then reused by the marketing teams from those people will
Mhm.
pick some of those things up and go, oh, we had this guy who had this 100,000 view TikTok on whatever it is. We fixed it. And then they'll reuse it for marketing. And it just ends up in this kind of cycle where you're kind of using each other in a way. And it helps build up kind of credibility and relationships.
Yep.
So yeah.
It's definitely, I need to stress to everyone, it's a long game. You can't jump into blogging and expect big payouts in like a month
Yeah.
or two. It is a
It's
long
not it's
game.
not gonna be tomorrow.
Long game, a little slower, but it's something that if you commit to the process and if you add to your short form content as well, and you're doing all of that, then that really can build up over time. So it's just what you're excited about. It's just start somewhere,
Yeah.
right?
People can see your excitement as well. If you're excited about it, they get excited. If you're bored or you don't like it, it comes across in videos, writing, just anything. You can always tell if someone's not really into it. Like if they
Mhm.
love it, you can feel it. You can feel the energy from them. You can always feel it.
Yeah, I love this comment.
Yeah.
We can't focus on the end result. It will come.
Yeah.
Focus on the process and in the moment and what you can do, what you can learn, what you can grow, what you can change, and keep taking action for sure. Love it. Love it.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. So, James, you can find him on Facebook. I have it here up on the screen. Go friend him up, follow him, see his journey. Check out his posts, all of that good stuff. I really appreciate you coming on the show today, and we would love to have you back. I love updates. Get you on
Happily.
when Dave's here, and you can meet him as well. So anytime you want to come back, just reach out to Roxy, to myself, and we will definitely get you back on. Okay? It was great
Happily.
having you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. It was awesome. Take care. All right, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic Thursday. If you didn't catch at the very beginning, it is our CEO's birthday. So definitely go wish Dave a very happy birthday. Go post in the group, go spam him and tag him and harass him. He is out this week for his birthday celebrating with his family and all of that good stuff. So definitely go ahead and wish him a very happy birthday. Thanks again to James. That was great information. If anything, our shows give you a variety of stories, journeys, and see what's possible. As always, stay legendary, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.